How's it, everybody? So just testing that everything was working. Can everybody hear me? Is the live feed okay? No dropping or anything? Is the music too loud? Or can you hear the music? Sure. Yes, there's lots of people already, eh? Hello, Mrs. M, Dinesh, Jeff, Christian, Kitty, Sean, Justin, Mr. Yayo, Yassine. Hey, Dressions, yeah. Dinesh, yes, I'm checking. Hey, you got one or two new names, yeah, that I don't recall. Everything's good. Let's get going. Not going to be a hell of a long one. As you can see from the going blurred straight away. As you can see, got a hoodie on. It's a little bit cold here in Durban. I think we're down to like 18 degrees, and for Durbanite that's freezing. So yeah, I'm all snug as a bug in a rug here in my survey jacket. You can just see it. Good job. Yeah. Wiener Vape Company kindly sponsored some stuff for tonight. So we got a Wiener cap and we got a Wiener shirt, which is a extra large again. So we'll give that to someone lucky at the end of the show. I'll ask a question like usual, but this time you need to be listening throughout the whole thing, because it's going to be something that I've spoken about. That's going to be the prize. Also, please don't forget the usual scenario. I can see our numbers are growing really, really nicely, and I've got something nice planned for the beginning of the month, a nice big giveaway. So yeah, make sure you to like, subscribe, and share it with all your mates. Mr. UK is here. Yeah, there are some new peeps, I think. We all want one. Everybody wants one. Yeah, 18 degrees for me is freezing. I need to break out the winter woolies. Okay, let's get through some. This is not going to be like a normal show where we've got. I'm going to run through a couple of things because a couple of people have asked for them. Those people that were looking for billet boxes, the style billet boxes, we have got the 40 watt DNA billet boxes in, the blue and black one, and I think a black one, I stand to be corrected. We did get some billet box panels in, replacement borrowed tanks. We also got in exo sets and the insider deck. So for those who are looking for it, a lot of guys were looking also for the Apocalypse Gen 2 BF pin. That's arrived as well, so yeah, look out for that if you're looking for one of those. Also, we've got a whole lot of new Apocalypses have arrived, all different shapes, colors, sizes. The Captain arrived. I haven't even had a chance to play with that as yet. And the new iJoy 2700 mech arrived. And obviously what arrived was the AZEROTH, which I'm going to go through tonight because I'm really excited. You know, I trust a word that comes out of Rip Tripper's mouth, but he says it's beats a Kylan, so you know me, I'll give you my honest opinion. I have, as you know, my favorite tank at the moment is the Kylan, followed by the Omni, and then some other tanks behind that. So yeah, what we had tonight to do is look at the AZEROTH. I have played with the Velocity deck and I wasn't too impressed with the Velocity deck. I wanted to try that first to give me a bit of a benchmark. Yeah, I would put it on with the Velocity deck. I'd probably put it fifth on my list. It's the Velocity deck though. That's the little, you know, or everybody knows what a Velocity deck is. Yeah, I still haven't been able to get the light for overhead, so sorry, I've just been so busy. I haven't even had a chance to go get a light, so the camera is working, but it's not like crystal clear, so please forgive me for that. Just don't have the time. to go and run around and search for those things. Let me just check some questions there quickly if there were any. Oh yeah, guys, also sorry, the bottom fed boys, this little Serpent 22 BF dual coil, but this thing, oh man, I mean, love it. It doesn't leave me. You know, I'm big into squonking. I love my squonking, and Hadley was always the little one that did it for me until this came along. Serpent 22, trust me, best buy you'll ever have. Sure, that's a record. Yeah, we've got quite a few people watching in a very, very short period of time. That's brilliant. Yanni, the goons are on their way to us. Hugo was one of the lucky ones to be able to secure some. A lot of vendors were not able to secure because they didn't stay up until the early hours of the morning to place their order. We have got a lot of them coming. I think in every color we've got, so yeah, they are on their way. I expect them to arrive probably Friday, maybe Monday. The rabies has been in stock for a while. Is that a clone? Christian, sorry, what are you talking about? Is that a clone? We have very, very, very few clones. The billet box is a style, it is a clone. We don't stock a lot of clones, but this billet box, I have to say, it's hard to tell the difference. Really, really hard to tell the difference. Dry knuckles ahead. Justin, I'll get to the stuff that's coming a little bit later on. Dresden, I can check. I don't know if the Kylan's coming with the top ring. In all honesty, the Kylan doesn't need that top ring. That bottom O ring is so thick. And I'm quite heavy with my Kylan. I'm yet to knock that bloody thing out the way. Where the glass comes off. It hasn't come off for me. I have overfilled it. That's because I wasn't watching. Yeah, I'm massive, bro. They don't call me the big guy for nothing. I think if you're wanting specific questions answered, just leave them until a little bit later. Let me go through what I'm going to do, and then we can ask. I'll do a questions and answers thing after this. Oh wait, sorry, Dresden, yes, the Pulse is on its way. I actually think it arrived today, but I haven't had time to unpack it. I think the Pulse is here, or it arrives tomorrow, I think. Guys, just okay. Let me do this AZEROTH thing, and then we can get into questions. So please don't ask me any questions now. Ask me afterwards, and then I'll answer them as they pop up on the screen, because I can't do two things at once. I'm a male, and I was born blonde, so yeah, that doesn't. Yeah. So what we're here today to chat about is obviously the AZEROTH RTA. A couple of the overseas ones have said this beats the Kylan, so I want to test it. For those that have just joined, I see there are guys joining now. I have tried the Velocity deck, and I won't lie to you, I was not really pleased with it. It was good, but not brilliant. So I have, obviously, what I want to try is the triple deck. I'm using a very similar build that I use in all my devices. Just so that for people know going forward, I test every single solitary tank that I get with the exact same build. Obviously in this situation, there's 3 coils. So my ohmage is going to come out totally different, but it's the exact same build, okay, that I use. I've had to slightly adapt it for this purely because of the size of the coils that you can fit in there on the triple deck, but my standard build, that I use for all testing is Nichrome 80 by Haywire, and I use a 7 rep 3.5mm ID 24 gauge. Flat wire or round wire, okay, prefer flat wire. So I've done a similar build in here, but let's go down to the tank and see, so I can show you what's in it. Please hold off on any questions, please. Yeah. Okay, so that's what, excuse the, as I said, I don't have overhead lights, so it's going to be a little bit blurred purely because I don't have enough light. Okay, so the tank comes in a typical coil art box. Yeah. I wish some of the other companies would do boxing like this. I must say, I do enjoy the coil arts boxing. You know, it's really gives you all the necessary stuff on the boxes, and it actually also got stuff to cover to protect the insides. Obviously I've got the tank off, so it's not there, but in the box you obviously get your little T-piece hex and a Phillips. You get a spare glass, and there are some O-rings and a band protector. I've taken off, I don't like the steel, I like the Derlin type drip tip. It comes mounted with the silver, but I've changed to the Derlin. And then there's the Velocity style deck, which just screws in. Okay, just pointing out cons straight away. I think they could have made these holes slightly bigger. These holes are around about 2mm. They could have made them a lot bigger. If you look at the size of, let me try and zoom in there. If you see this, where the hole is positioned and how much deck has got here, they could have put a hell of a lot bigger holes here to fit those bigger coils, because I think this tank can run bigger coils. Juice flow seems okay, but as I said, I wasn't really impressed with the Velocity deck in there. Yeah, let me put that on, and then there's a sticker at the bottom with some spares, etc. So that's what's in the box. Nice packaging as usual, coil out packaging. And then we got to the tank. Okay, I don't do how much juice it holds. I don't do what the diameters is. A tank either works or it doesn't work. I'm not really worried about what the diameters and that are. I'm not that OCD. Airflow at the bottom. Obviously, you can put steel or the stainless steel or the Derlin drip cap on. Juice fill, and the whole part screws apart to reveal the triple coil postless deck. I've already put coils in here. The coils that I've got in here are 3mm ID, not 3.5. They're 3mm ID, 7 rep 24 gauge Nichrome round. Comes out at 0.16, I think, or 0.17. Yeah, so that's the coils that I put in there. It's a standard testing coil that I use. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wick it up, because I'm sure a lot of you are going to buy it. Just remember, those who have used the Kylan and maybe the Amit dual, with these here, purely because of the size of the depth of the chamber here, you have to cut your leads slightly shorter. Okay, you are still a fair amount away from the bottom of the airflow. The airflow actually is in between these little grooves here. That comes in between those grooves underneath the coil. But because the depth of the place where you can fasten it, these little grab screws here, your leads have to be slightly shorter than that of the Amit or that of the Kylan. Okay, so mine were probably about 6mm long when I trimmed them. Okay, so my usual story on how to wick it. I've obviously got some pre-wicking done here, and you wick obviously one at a time. I'm just pulling the cotton through. Just going to pull it through. Just remember, your cotton must be able to move freely, not freely, but a little bit of resistance. I'm just going to trim off on the ends. Run through another one. Just bear with me. I'm doing this on camera, so I might make a mistake. I normally work on a deck, so it's going to be a little bit harder for me. Okay, there's the two through. And then I'll pull the third through. Wasting a lot of cotton here. Okay. As I said, I haven't used this yet, so I'm still, I might not get this right the first time, but I will relay on Wednesday if I've made a boo-boo or something like that. Okay. So the way I'm looking at this deck, okay, is I'm gonna treat it exactly the same as any other RTA that I've used. If you haven't seen it, please go and look at my other YouTube on how to do bow tie method, because that's what I'm going to use on this in this scenario, purely because of the juice flow is at the bottom here, and you want graduated wicking, and I have got a tutorial on that already. So really what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab, if you can see, I'm sure you'll be able to see that, you've got two sets of cotton leading to one juice flow, two sets leading to another juice flow, two sets leading to another juice flow. Bend them down, and if you can see, that's the juice flow there. Bend them down, the two together, and trim. Trim to the bottom. The same on the next side, bend them down, trim to the bottom of the juice flow. Same on the next one, bend to the bottom, and cut on the juice flow. Just give me 2 seconds here. I think my darling wife is telling me to put the next. Nah, wasn't my wife. Okay, so now what we've done is we've trimmed off all the little bits of extra cotton. Okay, this is going to be a little bit harder to do purely because you can see your cotton's all compact. So what I thought of here is the right way to do it is actually to trim them together. So what I'm actually doing here is I'm lining up my cotton. I'll show you now once I've lined it up. I'll perfect it in a while. Okay, so what you can see if you're looking at over there now, I've actually now made, using the cotton that's coming from the one side and cotton coming from the other side, I've actually made little bow ties. So I've made a bow tie there and I've made a bow tie there. Okay. Now what you need to do is, as long as all the cotton is nice and neatly together, I would say purely because of the size of the juice flow here, you need to cut off at least 2/3 of this cotton. So from the coil heading down towards the base of your bow tie, trim all the way around, 2/3. So now I've trimmed off 2/3 of my cotton. Just make sure, because when you trim cotton or cut cotton, as soon as you put the scissors through to it, you do compact the cotton. So make sure your cotton is nice and fluffy still. Grab the two pieces at the end and slide them into the hole that's there. Make sure not to compact the cotton too much. If you compact it, it will leak, people. Okay, I'm just doing that all the way around. And that actually looks perfect to me. That actually looks perfect. 2/3, people, that is definitely the right place to cut. Okay, so now I just make sure that it's still nice and fluffy. At the bottom of the juice flow, which is over here, just gently fluff up the cotton. Just gently fluff it up. Okay. Okay, so now that's the wicking done. Okay. I'm going to be using a new juice that's coming out. I won't tell you what it is. You can see it's nice and steeped. Just going to take some up and juice it up quickly. Yeah, that's all nicely juiced up. Ooh, I've got some juice on my fingers. Let's go up top. Okay, so let me put this together. That's all together. Oh, shit, I almost dropped the thing. Yeah, that wouldn't have been good because I don't have. Oh, I've got spare glass there. I would say that you need to close your airflow when you're filling this tank up. Let me just put this on my trusty V-Guard. Okay, let's fill this puppy up. Oh, I've got juice on my fingers. Oh, okay, she's full. Oopsie, put the lid on properly, Craig. Put the Derlin on, drip tip on, open airflow. I must say the airflow is nice. It's a little bit noisy for me. My build came out exactly 0.17 ohms. And I'm running this puppy at, let's put it on 60 watts. Start off on 60 and see how this baby does. Yeah, I don't like saying this. It's fucking good. Excuse my language. Sorry. It is really, the triple deck is really good, guys. Fuck it, I hate it. Yeah, it's, Rip Trippers didn't lie. She's good. Really good. Yeah. And she chucks clouds. Obviously the triple coil is going to make a big difference to that. Yeah, folks. I hate saying it. It is good. It's really good. Trying to find faults in it, and I can only find one fault in it, and that's I can't put my own drip tip on it, and the drip tip is not comfortable for me in the mouth. But otherwise, yeah, it's as good as a Carlin, maybe even slightly better. A little bit harder to build because of the triple coil. But yeah, they've done it again. Yeah. Fuck. I've got the Omni was my number one for such a long time, and the Carlin came along. Yeah, Coil Art has really done it with the tank, but the dual deck, the velocity deck, I did not enjoy in any way. It wasn't anywhere near as good as the Carlin or anything else that was velocity style. But this triple coil, yeah, that's good. Obviously, still got to play with it, and I'm not going to say it's 100% number one. I'm still going to play with it over the next couple of days. I've got an experimental juice in here. I'm going to try it with some other juices, but the flavor on it is off the chart. Probably, as I said, the cons, it's a little bit noisy. It's probably a little bit noisier than the Amit, and I don't like noisy tanks. And the drip tip. I don't like the fact. I wish that they wouldn't do that. I wish guys would just do it. So easy to do. You just put a 510 adapter there. But yeah, irritating, really irritating. But yeah, Rip Tripper wasn't lying. I don't think he got paid to say that. It's a flavor machine, and yeah, the vapor production, but that's because of the 3 coils. Vapor production is far better than a Carlin. I can tell you that right now. Flavor, I'm going to say it's at the moment it's on par, slightly better, but I must test it with different juices. But yeah, guys. Coil Art is, I think, is going to. If I tried this with a juice that I've been running in my Carlin, I'm going to have to say that they've actually beaten the Carlin. Yeah, I get really irritable when I have to say yes, they've beaten something, because as a vape shop owner, you know, I've got stock of everything. It's hard to sell something. But yeah, guys, I don't know what I don't even know what it costs. Come on, it's 585 Rand. Another tank that's knocked my socks off. Yeah, guys. Yeah, okay, that's the review on it. I'll give you some more feedback on Wednesday when we do our main review. But yeah, so far I'm sad. I'm very sad. Let's go check some questions there, guys. Not going to go all the way to the top, otherwise I will not get through them. The cotton that I do use is cotton bacon. I've tried them all. Nothing beats cotton bacon, to be honest with you. Cotton candy probably comes second on the list, and then cotton bacon is number one. It has been, you know, it lasts the longest. Wicks brilliantly. You don't get a lot of cotton taste. Maybe the first hit's a bit of cotton taste, thereafter it's gone. Yeah, no, this is yeah, with these bakery type of juices, you know, they got to sit for a long time before those flavors properly come out. And yeah, this one's flavor is really, really nice. Oh shit, yeah, sorry, that's okay, that's another con. You can get a past the con. I'm not trying to find fault in it. Sorry, I just noticed by one of the questions, do the grub screws strip easily? I'm assuming that's not really necessarily based on the AZEROTH, but grub screws. I think on my Facebook channel or on YouTube channel, you will see a little video that I've done on how to strengthen your grub screws. I did notice that the grub screws in here were a little bit pernickety, and I haven't done them yet, but I will do them. Please go and look at that video. You know, I get a lot of people moaning my grub screws are stripped, or whatever like it. Go look at that video. That video will show you how to strengthen your grub screws. I have to do it with these because there was one here that was touch and go, and I actually replaced it because I like my coils to be tight in there. I don't like little problems if it's going to earth out or anything like that. So yeah. No, Peter, he wasn't able to. I was really hoping that he was going to be talking cup as usual, you know, but yeah, first impression on it is it's epic. At first impression, and I stand to be correct, at first impression, I'm going to have to put it on top of the Carlin. Hugo's not going to be happy with me, but I'm going to have to put it on top of the Carlin, guys. So far it stands like that. The AZEROTH, the Carlin, then the Omni. That's how it stands currently. So I'm just reading questions here. Yeah, look, yeah, it's really, the question there is, like, I have a feeling, as always, Mrs. Yo, there's going to be Carlins on sale from tomorrow. Yeah, the problem is the evolution of vaping. I keep on forgetting to bring my bloody device from to show you what I started vaping on. And for a long time, the Omni was probably 5-6 months. Nothing could beat the Omni. Okay, and there's still some juices that I put in there, especially like a menthol juice in my Omni, and let me touch on that a little bit. Okay, there's specific tanks bring out specific juices. That's why I said to you, my first impression is that it's better. Okay, but I'm tasting it on a bakery juice here. Okay, with a menthol or a fruit juice, it might not beat it. It's going to sound really weird that I'm not giving you a defined answer or a definite answer on which is better. Okay, I know for a fact that a menthol in the Omni, which menthol's in here at the moment, I've got Triple X in here. Sorry, I've got a not Triple X, I've got Vapor Mountain's new experimental juice that they're working on. I've got that in here. On all menthols, this tank, there's nothing that beats this tank for menthols. Okay, I've been vaping fruits in my Carlin, and epic. I've got bakery in here, and it tastes brilliant. So depending on what you vape also comes down to what tank to use. It's the same as with drippers. If you like a tobacco juice, you want that nice small compact little one, where if you're vaping on your bakery notes, you want that massive big deck to get a lot of air around, so you're getting all those different notes. So there is a place for every tank. So don't go and sell your Carlin. Carlin, for me, fruits are epic in the Carlin. Okay, fruits might be epic in here as well. I've got to test it. You know what I mean? So there is a place for every tank, depending on what build you're putting in and depending on what juice you're using in it. Okay, but as they stand now, because I have a bakery in here, and I've got bakery in here, this beats Carlin on a bakery note, but does it beat it on a fruit note? I've got to try that, and I'll try that tomorrow and give you feedback on Wednesday. Yassine, I don't do sub-ohm tanks, I won't lie to you. The last time I used a coil tank was when the Limo came out. The Limo 2, that's the last time I used a stock coil. I make all my coils, I don't use stock coils. Hugo, on the other hand, my partner, his go-to tank at the moment is the Yule Crown 3. And then the next tank that he uses is the Smok Big Baby Beast. So those are his two tanks that he uses currently. And he's probably the better person to ask about it. Is the Joytech, Vengeance asks, is the Joytech Evic any better than a Pico? Because I want to buy me a starter kit, but I don't know which is better. If you're going starter kit, I'd go for the AL85, purely because it's 85 watts. You can fit up to a 25mm tank. It's come in various colors, where I think the Evic, the Primo now, I think is only in 2 colors. The Smok AL85 is in various colors, at 85 watts as well. So yeah, I'd rather go for a Smok AL85, to be honest with you, Vengeance. As I said, I haven't tried the iJoy 270 mech yet, 2070 mech yet, or 270 yet. I haven't tried that yet. You know, I think the batteries are going to be brilliant. Those 2700 batteries, I think they're going to be brilliant. I tend to stick to my very, very select mix. I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to mix. I'll only use specific things. And yeah, I enjoy it's going to be brilliant, I think, for a starter. Just not maybe my cup of tea. Ohms Raw, the build that I've got in the AZEROTH is a straightforward Haywire Nichrome 80 build. I've altered it slightly because of the coils and the way I've structured the coils. Normally I would put a 3.5mm ID 7 wrap. This is a 3mm ID. I could make it 3.5mm, but I was running out a bit of time, so I just made 3mm. I'm sure I could fit 3.5mm in here if I just played around with it a bit more. And that's 7 wraps as well. Yeah, Kurt, I love my Omni, don't get me wrong, but I love it for a specific range of juices, as I mentioned earlier. Anthony, there are a couple of places in Countrywide where you can buy screws, but if you go follow that tutorial on how to harden your screws, you won't go wrong as long as you follow the tutorial. Oh, this thing keeps on bumping here. Now it's Kurt, you're leaving me already. Build quality doesn't seem that bad. The air tank is nice and tight. You know, it's got a nice tight the air intake. The threads are of good quality. The knurling is good. You know, everything lines up nicely. As I said, the only thing was the grub screws. I did notice that one I turned and it was a little bit dodged, so I took it out straight away. There's nothing worse than cucky, blimmin' shitty grub screws, so I did change that straight away. And I'm not a big lover of the permanent drip tip. I like to be able to put my own drip tips on if possible. It's probably only one drip tip that actually came out that had this type of setup that was good was the Alpine RTA. That had a lovely, it's got such a nice drip tip on it. That's the only one that I'm happy with. Cameron, the actual deck, I'm actually going to agree with you there, Cameron. I think the Kylan deck looks and feels a better quality, but I think it's like anything. If you look after your grub screws, you don't over tighten, it'll be fine. Session, you ask a question regarding the Avocado 24. Go look at my wicking tutorial on bow tie method, and you use the bow tie method on that, cutting off 2/3 of the cotton, and you drop it straight to the bottom. The cotton must touch the bottom, in my opinion. Yeah, Dresden, without a shadow of a doubt, there's 3 coils versus 2, you know. But at the end of the day, the tank's a tank. You know, if the Kylan had 3 coils, would it be better? It produced more vapor. I've got to test it with fruits, as I said. Let me test it with fruits and see, you know what I mean, if it's as good as the Kylan. With the bakery juice in there, yeah, it's better than a Kylan. But I must test it with fruits. Yeah, seen milky flavor. Milky Way, milked or Milky Way. I'm trying to think of the other ones that there are. Milk from NCV, Milky Way from Fogs. Yeah, those are probably the two best that I know of. Yeah, see, no, we don't stock Orion purely because we don't have enough shelf space. You know, you can see, if you see behind me, okay, that's actually that backdrop is actually our shelves, okay. So you can see how full it is there, and that's only probably a tenth of the juice that we actually carry, okay. Our new shop will be able to stock every single solitary juice manufacturer in South Africa when we move into our new shop. Ronaldo, just regarding the Carlin with that leaking issue, it actually found out is that the peak insulators, and it was we've only had two. Okay, the peak of those two, the peak insulator was actually cracked, and that was the reason for it leaking. I think when it was being put together on the production line, somebody wasn't paying attention and popped it in and tightened it down and actually cracked the peak insulator. Best custard flavor. Yeah, I'm gonna favor my custard, man. First Flight. It's a Madagascan smoked custard. That's probably my favorite custard. It is ours, but it is probably my favorite custard, and I've tried a lot of custards. No one's getting my beard cap. You can ask until the cows come home. No one's getting it. We should be moved in the next 2 months or so. Yeah. I'm actually upset. Yeah, I'm a creature of habit, and you know, when I get one thing, I tend to stick to that thing. And obviously, doing these live reviews and stuff like that for you guys, and those that have listened to me, you know, I call a spade a spade. But yeah, vaping on this more and more. I think even with fruits, it's going to be good. As I said, the airflow, if you can, the mic's a little bit away from me, just let me move this other camera out the way, just hold on. So you can pick up the airflow. The Carlin's airflow is phenomenal. I'll just bring the mic slightly closer. And you can hear, this is a car, I'm going to vape on the Carlin now. You can hear the Carlin's nice smooth airflow. Now I'm going to vape on the AZEROTH. It's a lot noisier. Those little things are just little pet peeves for some people. But yeah, it is noisier. It's actually even noisier than the Amit. But I can forego that for good flavor. Yeah, flavor and vapor. Yeah. Hugo's going to be very upset with me. Okay. Wow, I see Mrs. M made a comment here. Enjoy my DIY cream soda, and that's the end of the month juice. Okay. We've had a lot of people asking us, they come into the shop on a regular basis, they want shake and vape type of stuff. We have decided to revamp our entire DIY section. I'm not going to allude to what we're doing, but we have decided to revamp our whole DIY section. And we've taken the plunge, and we are bringing in other ranges of concentrates. I'm not going to allude to that just yet. We're also going to, because I know money is tight, we're also going to revise our pricing structure to make it more affordable. And obviously also we're going to be bringing out what I've decided to do is that I've got thousands of my own recipes because obviously I am the juice maker in our business. I've got thousands of recipes that I've tried, tested, made, whatever. At any given time, I might have 100 juices that I'm busy working on. So some of the ones that I have not put into circulation but are still at a level which is a good juice. We're going to be doing that as shake and vape type stuff, which will be available in the next couple of weeks or so to make life a little bit easier for people who are on a bit of a budget. So look out for that. We will advertise it, and I will obviously do a bit of a live feed on it as well. Daniel, I think Hugo has ordered the reload. I think he has ordered it. I can't tell you off the top of my head. I don't. Hugo just orders it, and I'll open the box and I get up. It's like Christmas every day for me in the shop. Cameron, what I can see that's different on the Goon 1.5 compared to the existing Goon, A, is the airflow. The airflow is different. B, the deck is slightly different, and they've listened to vapors and made nice big chunky fasten plates and bigger screws, because that was the biggest problem on those Goons. Those screws were not the right screws, in my opinion. But the new one looks like they've got bigger, better, chunkier screws on there, which is nice. And there's obviously also different colors and stuff like that. France asks, what is your thoughts on menthol vapes, Craig? I'll go a step back and say, the menthol vape, menthol cigarettes have been banned in the United Kingdom. Evidently there's something with menthol that does affect your taste buds, and it's I don't know, I didn't read the whole thing, but menthol cigarettes were banned in the UK, so you can't buy mentholated cigarettes in the United Kingdom anymore. I like using menthol as like a, like if you're going to go to a Lani restaurant for dinner and they serve you that sorbet, that lychee sorbet or a lemon sorbet in between. I like using menthol. Obviously, when I get sick, menthol does help with my flu, although I don't get flu that often anymore, but it does help with my flu, and it clears the palate. So I enjoy menthol. I vape a lot of Triple X. I vape Trinity Ice. I've got a menthol that I make as well. So menthol is nice. It does, in my opinion, if you vape menthol too much, I think it does destroy your taste buds slightly. But I'm not a doctor. Wesley, don't think I can. Let me just see if I can find it here. Just hold on. I'm just going to see if I can find it here. I'll post that link. Just give me 2 seconds, people. Here's the link here for how to tighten your screws. Just follow that link. Stop me bloody posting the. Oh, there's the link. Ronaldo, all of the new RTAs suck juice. You can't get away from it, unfortunately. People are chasing the cloud. People are chasing the vapor, and when you're chasing the cloud and chasing the vapor, the one thing that gives is the juice. Dreshen, it's not that we thank you for the kind comment. The thing is that where Hugo and myself are different to some of the vape shops, and I'm not generalizing, is that we still got the passion for it. We every day we go to work with a smile on our face. It's not about the money. It's about vaping. It's about getting people off the fucking analog sticks and getting them onto digital. We have so many feel-good stories of people that have walked in that have had health issues, or they've had to go for an operation and the doctor won't allow them to go for the operation because their lungs are bad, and they've turned to vaping. We had a guy 3-4 years ago who phoned us and said, listen, my doctor's told me I have to quit cigarettes, and I've tried and I can't. I have to go for a bilateral hip replacement, and I can't quit cigarettes, and if I can't quit the cigarettes, I can't have the operation because my lungs aren't good enough. And needless to say, I bumped into him a couple of months ago. And he was obese. The guy's lost like 60-70 kilograms. He's off smoking. He's actually off vaping now as well. And, he's walking around. He's had his bilateral hip replacement. It's stories like that keep myself and Hugo. It's the customers who post the both positive and negative criticism about us that continually make us strive to be better and to give the appropriate advice and to share what we have got with the community. Cameron, I can't give you a price point on the Goon as yet. It's still got to clear customs, and you know what customs are like. One day they'll charge you 20%, the next day they'll charge you 50%. So we just got to check that first. Yassine asked, between the Predator 220 watt and the Smok Alien, there's nothing much between them. It just comes down to aesthetics, which looks better to you. They both almost look identical. If you had a blindly feel, you would think they're both the same thing. Side trigger buttons, etc. It really comes down to the aesthetics, which looks better to you. Trishan, you're not a doctor, but you operate. Yeah, got a bit of slum or blood in me, bro. Yeah, please don't take offense to that. We have a lot of Muslim customers come into our shop, and we deal largely in the Muslim community. And there's a couple of guys here that come into the shop. I'm a big joke with them, and I call them my slummos. So don't take offense to if you hear that and you are Muslim. It's the way I talk, and people know me for that. Yeah, there's a couple of guys that have been vaping longer than me. I've been vaping for 6.5, going on almost 7 years. Hugo has been vaping as long as I have. He did try it way before me, but went back to cigarettes. I think his first vaping device was about 10 years ago. Mine was 6.5 years because I medically had to quit. But there are people that are longer than me. There's guys that I see on the forum that have been like 7 years, 8 years, Vaping back then to vaping today, it's like night and day difference. I have shown people before the device that I quit on. I'll show you the tank. I've got the tank here somewhere. I found them online, and I actually bought them. This is the coil that it took. Okay, the hole in there is the size of a pinprick, and that's what the tank looks like. It's called an F16, and it's made by Boge. I tell you, this is like trying to suck an apple through a friggin' straw. It's not the best, but I quit. I quit. Mohammed, shut up. I had a nice burger at lunchtime while you were sitting having to fast. Yeah, Vito. Yeah, it's almost there. It's time to plat them. We'll have 2 little plats. And I look like, which was, Oblix was the big guy, eh? Ashtix and Oblix. Oblix was the big guy. That's what my daughter and her friend want to do. They want to make me look like Oblix, the big guy, because I am a big guy. Yeah, so, yeah. Obviously, this was just a quick, short one. Camera's doing funny things. Internet looks like it's been holding up. Wednesday I've got a lot to talk about, and then the following Wednesday I'm going to have a nice big prize to give away. There will be a mod involved and some other little goodies that I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and that will be subscriber based. So there will be likes and comments, not like when I give it away at the end of the show. I'm trying to build our YouTube channel to a point where I can start getting free stuff from our suppliers ahead of time. So 1 or 2 or 3 lucky subscribers and viewers will get to have a device before anybody else gets to have a device, because everything that I receive, I promise you, I'm going to give it all away, unless it's really that good and I've got like 5. I might keep one for myself, but if you please share this with your friends, share it on your Facebook channels like Mrs. M does. Mrs. M is my biggest groupie at the moment, and as she will profess to, is that I'd look after people who are doing the right thing. Fake it till you make it. I will never unsee that Obelix. No, Gretchen. I looked at that, and then I watched a couple of reviews, and they weren't like too super impressed with it. So I decided at the last minute to actually cancel our order. That's why we didn't. I told Hugo to rather cancel the order. That's why we didn't get the drag in. Tonight, it's the first person that answers the question, and again, let me just give them a bit of a punt. Wiener Vape Company, who are the guys who've got they're based in Richards Bay. Really good mixes. They do the Jelly Monster and the Rainbow Monster and a couple of other ones. Also one of my favorite tobaccos, Good Boy. They've donated a cap and an extra large t-shirt for one lucky subscriber tonight, and I'll ask a random question and then we'll give that away. Yeah, no, not a problem, bro. Progressive. Yeah, Good Boy is one of my favorite tobaccos, he's a good juice maker, really good juice maker. Rainbow Monster, Jelly Monster will probably be his 2 highest sellers. But yeah, really good mix, and a lovely guy as well. Really nice guy. Time for some cold drink and a vape. Yeah. Gonna go to bed in a bad mood tonight. I don't know just yet, Progressive. It will make a nice prize. I don't know what I'm going to give away just yet, but I'll make it as awesome as I possibly can. Ripe vapes. Oh no. Okay, yeah. Let's just okay. The number 1 tobacco juice of all time is this stuff. Okay, ripe vapes from VCT. If you ever want to spoil yourself, it is expensive, I know, but this stuff, ripe vapes, there's no better tobacco on this earth than this. If you don't know there's tobacco in there, you wouldn't know, okay? But it's a vanilla caramel tobacco. That's why it's called VCT. And I've said it again. I'll say it again because I love saying it. If I could drink it, I would. I do put it in my coffee. If I could brush my teeth with it, I would. If I could bath with it, I would. If I could use it as aftershave, I would use it as. But it's too expensive, so I vape it and I pop a couple of drops in my coffee at night. And it was in my coffee before I started. Yeah, Progressive, that Smock Alien kit is a good seller. You know what I mean? It's a really, really good seller. And for the price point, can't beat it, eh? Any questions regarding the AZEROTH? She can chuck a cloud as well. Oh, now it's gonna fuck my camera. Oh, I'm gonna show you something. This won't appeal to all of you. Oh, here's my Sir Vape jacket. What do you think of my Sir Vape jacket? Keeps me nice and warm. For those who don't know, Hugo and myself, and you can pretty much gauge it from our if you've been into our shop, and by our counters, we're very much into steampunk. And we found these when we were in Cape Town. How cute's that? Little steampunk caps or hats. Love this type of stuff. If you've been in our shop, you'll see our shop's all steampunky, like that steampunk look. Whoops, lazy. So if you see anything when you're out shopping anywhere that's steampunky, send a photograph, tell us where it is, tell us how much it is, and maybe I'll buy it. Mrs. M, remember, it's not this Wednesday, it's the following Wednesday, so go mad for that one. Yes, the I don't know how to pronounce it, Enduro rider. The Mech Pro Kit is an absolutely divine dual battery mech. The build work on that mod and the wiring is absolutely phenomenal. Our high-end companies, and I've said this before, high-end companies can look at that and base, if they could make, I've seen some of these high-end stuff and I think, how the hell do you charge what you charge for this device when I look at the wiring? Because I'm fastidious about that. When I look at anything, I want to see what the wiring looks like. And that Geek Vape, kudos to them. They've done an absolute amazing job, and I think hits like a beast. Yanni, I'm a really large person, but if those of you going to VapeCon, just look out for me. I might be a little bit busy, but we are getting people to help us. So if you meet me, if you are from Joburg, Pretoria area, please come up and say how's it, guys. I love meeting people. I'm a people's person. Please come and say how's it. Yeah. And actually what I might do, that might be a good idea for a competition. Mrs. M and her I can't find it yet, but if you go look on our Facebook page, Mrs. M did a lovely little thing which made my year, a little video. I think we'll do a survey. Yeah, that's actually a freaking good idea, Mrs. M. I'll run it for a competition. I'll just talk to Hugo about it tomorrow. Mrs. M, please remind me tomorrow about the competition video. The person who can do the best Instagram video, I think we'll make that, and I will get and as long as it's vaping related, and you don't have to necessarily mention Sir Vape, but the best vaping video, I think that'll be a good way to, and I'll get a good price for that, like maybe a mannequin or something like that. Yeah, seen with the greatest of pleasure, but on the DIY side, and please, if you're a mixer, do not take offense to what I'm about to say, okay? I probably get 50 juices a week to test from outside sources of people who are getting into the mixing and they're wanting to start their own business or something like that. And I like things that are different. Okay, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's generic. A lot of people have taken recipes offline and they've converted it slightly. You know, the amount of juices that I've tasted in my lifetime, I've tasted copious amounts. So if you've got juices and you think that they're good, send them to me. With the greatest of pleasure, I'll taste them. But please do not send me anything that is generic, like another custard, another strawberry ice cream, another grape candy, another, you know, no knockoff of Trinity, or a knockoff of Milky Way, or a knockoff of one of the other juices that we do, or it's like it. Rather send me something special. If it's different, let me taste it. Christian, yeah, it's called what's it called now, man? Truth Coffee. Yeah, that's when I go to Cape Town, I go there at least 2 or 3 times, just for the vibe. I love that vibe. Yanni, I make you look like a baby, boy. Yanni, I make you look like a baby. I'm 2 meters tall and I'm big. I have to drive buckies, but I'm that big. Marina, if you are, depending on what vape it is, you are more than, if you're in Durban, you're more than welcome to bring it past us. Let's have a look. Or send it to us. If we get a gap, we can have a look at it. Christian, the best bet is actually to, you know, you asked the question about good concentrates to get. I always advise people to go and look on Google. Go to Google and type in, you're looking for hypothetically a friggin' chocolate cake. I'm just using that as an example. Okay, go and type in chocolate cake e-juice recipe. Find a recipe that has got a high rating, because most juice of these juices websites have got ratings. That's got a high rating. Write down the concentrate, what percentage you need, buy those concentrates. That's the right way to do it. Not like when we started, when he juiced me up and though DIY or die wasn't even around. You know, we did it the old-fashioned way, and we still do it the old-fashioned way. It's taste buds, boy, and wasting a lot of juice. In today's day and age, you don't want to waste money. So rather go and find a recipe that has already been made. Don't try and put it into production, because people will knock you off if you try and put that into production. But then work that way. That's the easiest way. France, no. I'm always in the mood for a good menthol. The person who can actually do a proper milk tart and a cook sister, send those to me. Yeah, because I'm yet to find a proper milk tart, and there are guys that say that they taste like a milk tart. My wife's a baker who makes milk tart, and I can tell you now, there's no milk tart, proper milk tart that's available in South Africa. And along with that is a cook sister. No one's been able to perfect a cook sister. So yeah, try that. Nutrition. Yeah, guys, we've been running now for a while. Let's ask a question. Let's do the prize giveaway, and we can maybe chat for a little bit longer after that. It's already getting late, and you've already gone 12 minutes over what I wanted to do. Okay, so question is, you need to be paying attention. Okay, everybody ready? Everybody ready? I want to see a couple of yeses, so you've heard me. Okay, here's the question. You ready? I want the full spec. I don't want the abbreviation. I want the full spec. What are the new batteries that I'm excited to see coming to South Africa? I want like you get 18650. I want the full code for that battery. What are the batteries that I'm excited to see come to South Africa? I mentioned them about 4 times today in the show. On my side here, Mohammed Bassa, you came up first, but Mohammed, remember, as I said, guys, internet, there are problems with internet sometimes and people's things don't come up here. I'm just checking here again. Just hold on. I'm just checking that no one else got there before you on my live chat. Yep. Mohammed, you're definitely first on my side on the live chat. Mohammed Bassa, it's you. You can't come to the shop. Mohammed, come past the shop, Buddy. I've got your cap and your on my side I've got Chris Pelter that says lagging. I've got Mohammed Bassa that says 2700. I've got Ashley, then I've got Janie, Yanni Jordan. Then I've got Justin. Then I got Dinesh, and then Christian van Dijk who said Duracell. So I've got to take it on what I can see. Yeah, Ashley's definitely below you, but on my side, I've got to go what it says on my screen. I can copy and paste that. I think I can copy and paste that. Yeah, definitely Mohammed is on my side, on my chat here is first. Oh, Ashley's won plenty times already, but yeah, I don't know what's going on then, but because I'm looking here again. I've got Marinka Pelsa who says blonde. I've then got Chris who says lagging. I've got Mohammed. Then I got Ashley. So yeah. Okay, fuck it. I'll give it to both of you. I've got 2 shirts. You can both win tonight. Okay, just so that there's no problems. And as I said, that's the unfortunate problem about live feed. What I get and what you see might be 2 totally different things. So both of you won a prize. I have got 2 sets. Ashley and Mohammed, you both won. Let me just double check that I've got. Yeah, hold on. Yes, I do. On my side, I honestly saw Mohammed first. So Mohammed, you can choose. That cap or that cap. The shirts are exactly the same. You choose first and then Ashley can get what's left over. And I've got 2 shirts. So just thank Weena. When you get your prize, please copy and paste it onto Weena's profile so that he gets it as well. Okay? Yeah, as I said, still looking there and it still says the same. Greetings from Florida. Love the honest reviews. Thanks, Paul. Much appreciated, bud. Give it to Dinesh. Gotta crank this wattage up here. Not a problem, guys. Yeah, as I said, I've got to see what's on my side, and if you all are saying Ashley and I'm seeing Mohammed, I'll just give it to both of you. Fuck it. So it's only a shirt and a cap. But congratulations on both of you. Come past and collect the stuff. And Ashley, I'm going to ban you from winning anything else. You're winning too much at the moment. Any questions? Any more questions that you've got on the AZEROTH, guys? Just a little bit of, I'm going to go run through for again for those people who might have missed it. I think what it's done is it's beaten the Kylan. but I'm going to test it for the next couple of days. I'll give you my final review on it on Wednesday when we do our proper live feed. This has just been an ad hoc one, but so far it's really good with the bakery notes, and it produces a lot of vapor. It produces a lot of vapor. I think that's because of the 3 coils, and the flavor could be a little bit better because of the 3 coils as well. But you've got to take as a tank as its overall. Yeah, Mrs. M, don't forget to remind me about that tomorrow, please, because I've got a memory like a sieve. Got a memory like a goldfish. Yeah. Night, Johnny. Okay, guys, so we've got our 2 winners. I'll do another feed on Wednesday, and look what else I got to play with, which I haven't even opened yet. This bloody camera. So that's what I'm going to be playing with when I go to bed, before I go to bed. It's a new RTA, so from OBS technology. So yeah, the OBS Nano has been a really good tank. So I'm hoping maybe this RDTA will knock off some other RDTAs. But yeah, that's it. Yeah. Any other questions you want me asking quickly? I'll give you guys another 10 minutes or less if you've got some really pertinent questions. And then I can go and have some dinner. Ah, man, it's camera. Maybe one of you guys can help me. I've been searching high and low for a webcam that's what they call a static lens, where it doesn't zoom in and out, where you actually can you zoom in the lens so that when I blow vapor it doesn't fuck the lens up. If any of you are geeky or have more technical knowledge than me, please can you tell me where I can find a static zoom web camera, please? Yeah, France, it's going to be a little bit hard to show you that deck again because I've got juice in it. But you can maybe just go back at, I probably showed you at minute 10 or 11 into the live feed. Oh, wait, let me just see if maybe get a picture of one here. Just hold on. AZEROTH RTA. Let me just check if I can find one here quickly for you. I'll show you the deck. Yeah, I'll show you the deck here now. Here's the deck for those that are interested. Let me just put the whiteboard. Here, I'm doing a whiteboard so you can see here. Come on, whiteboard. Yeah, my whiteboard's not working. Yeah, it's not working here. But anyway, that's the velocity deck and the triple post deck. Yeah, really good setup. Really good setup. Nice. Yeah, so there's the deck again for you. Well, my whiteboard didn't work. Oh, there, it's there. I couldn't do it on the picture. Yeah, yeah, really good. Nah, I was only joking, Mohammed. I didn't have a burger, but I'll have a Hubcaps beef salmi tomorrow for you. How's that, my boy? Yeah, it's a lovely deck, I have to say. I give them credit. The deck is really good. I didn't enjoy the velocity deck. Yeah, velocity deck. I wouldn't. Don't even use it. In my opinion, it's not worth it. As a backup, should something happen to your deck, you can still use it. But the triple coil is way better. And she really makes some big clouds. The deck size looks very similar in size wise. Okay. The nice. I must obviously, as I said, I only played with it when I started the live feed. I actually think that I could fit even up to 4mm coils on that if I played around with it a little bit. So yeah, the way it's positioned, and the way you can place the coils, the height is the issue. The height is the big issue here, because you don't want to touch the top of the inner chamber. So your bigger IDs, you will start having problems with. I don't think it's going to be I honestly don't think it's going to be a deck that you can put Claptons in, or really any big builds in. I think it's going to be, and I'll try that. I think it's going to be your flat wire, your round wires to a maximum, I think, of 4mm at a push, maybe 3.5mm. You could go wider. You could go probably 7, 8, 9 wraps on each coil. I'll mess around with all those things, but I think maybe the flat wire would actually even boost this even more. Haywire's flat wire. That's the next build that I'll put in here, is a 3.5mm 24 gauge nichrome 80 flat wire from Haywire. I'll put that in there and see what that's like. I think that's going to be. I think that might be the wire that knocks Carlin off its number one spot in this tank. The Amit, it's such a small difference between the Amit and the Carlin. The reason I didn't like the Amit compared to the Carlin, I think it was slightly lacking in flavor compared to the Carlin, and it was too noisy for me. This is noisy, but I can forgive it because the flavor is really good. Being the AZEROTH RTA, I can forgive it slightly for being as noisy as it is, because the flavor is just insane. Yeah, guys, any more questions? It's getting late now. I know that I get lots of moaning that these videos go on for far too long. I know it's a social thing for a lot of you, but some people actually just want it for the information and not really to partake in it. I'll give you 2 more minutes for some questions. Just again, congratulations to Ashley and Mohammed for winning those caps. The two of you sort out between the two of you who wants what, and the shirts are exactly the same. You just have to obviously swap who wants what cap. But please, when we do give these feeds away, these are prizes that are sponsored by the various juice manufacturers, etc., or Asmodus or Cotton Bacon or whatever. Please tag them in your pictures when you get your prizes. Just tag them in there so that they can see what we're doing is actually helping everybody. It's not only about Vape, it's about other juice makers, it's about other companies and stuff like that, also spreading the word. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. See, there's no more questions. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed sad tonight, but yeah, thank you very much for watching. Remember, Wednesday is the proper live feed. I've got lots of toys to play with. Don't forget to share this with your friends. Get our numbers up. I'll make a really good prize for next week, Wednesday, our first one of the month. Mrs. M, please remind me to talk to Hugo about it, because I obviously, as a partner, I have to run it past him. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Yeah, cool. Night, guys.